Welcome to Thinking Out Loud. So it's a new year, and obviously early in the year, no updates. So, the mind wanders to possible updates. And last week I watched a ModJack live stream where he spoke about drop rates. The bit that really caught my attention was when he spoke about bad luck mitigation. This is an idea I've often thought would be quite nice, but listening to some of the points ModJack came up with, I've started to think maybe it's a really bad idea and could harm the economy. The first thing he mentioned was, the reason drops are rare in Runescape is that the drops hold their value. Makes sense. But also the kick-on effect of that is that the boss always holds its value as well. It's still worth doing the boss because it's got a valuable drop. So if you have bad luck mitigation, meaning people are more likely to get more drop, the item will drop in value, the boss will be less worth doing. I know it sucks if you've been on a long dry streak, it hurts. But that's the fun, isn't it? When you eventually get that drop. Wow. And for this reason, I don't think you could have bad luck mitigation on bosses like Kerapak or Zamorak or Raksha. Any boss that drops a high ticket item, you don't want bad luck mitigation on that because the drop will, fall in price. It will crash because there will be more of them coming into the game. The bit where I started to get interested and have a bit of an idea was when ModJack spoke about drop logs. I know a lot of friends of mine actually, love to complete everything, love to complete all the drop logs. I am not one of those people, no chance. But it is something that people like to do. Completing drop logs, as ModJack said, is not part of the game. That is a self-imposed challenge that people take on. I had a friend who grinded it out for ages and ages and ages just for that one Linzer item she missed. And this is where I know I'm going to get a little bit controversial because I do have an idea of how you could use bad luck mitigation to help people complete drop logs. And I think it would actually help the economy. So I'm not suggesting that you have bad luck mitigation that makes it more likely you'll get an item. What I'm saying is you have bad luck mitigation that means you are less likely to get a duplicate. So each time you get a drop, the game looks at your drop log, your collection log, sees how many of each item you've got, and the items you have more of, they become less likely to be the drop, so their odds get lower. The items you haven't got, they stay the same, but the more of an item you've got, the longer its odds get, the less likely you are to get a duplicate, meaning it would be quicker for you to complete the log. So how do I think this would help the economy? Well, to start with, it wouldn't be free. You would have to pay for it. In GP, no MTX here, I'm talking raw GP. So you go to a character, maybe Def, he's been kind recently, hasn't he? He's lowered the Def costs, so, he obviously wants to help out players with quality of life and stuff. So how about you want to complete, say, the Barrows log? You go to Def, have a chat with him, say, look, I really want to complete this log, could you make it easier for me? He goes, tell you what, give me 100 million GP, and I'll make it less likely that you get duplicates. Not going to give you any more drops, but you will be less likely to get duplicates. Straight away, you got a money sink. 100 mil is just a figure I plucked from the back of my head, just come out of it. Obviously, Jagex would have to look at the drop rates and all this sort of stuff, how much money people would make completing the log. Mod Timbo could get out his balancing dice, give him a roll, and work out how much each boss should cost. Like I say, you shouldn't do things like Zamorak and Kerapak and stuff like that, but what about General Grado or Ziliana or something like that? Their drops aren't of great value, so why not let someone pay money to Def to be more likely to get a non-duplicate drop? And on the plus side as well, they would be there less time, so they would be getting less drops and putting less money into the economy. So that would also make drops hold value, possibly? Or you could even go the extreme, and if you've paid to help complete the drop log, then the items you get, you don't actually get. It just ticks it off in the drop logs and the items are automatically destroyed, making an item sink, Just thinking out loud here. That's the point of this video. Just something I'm thinking about while I'm bored. Now, obviously, recently they did Raptors Rampage or Raptors, whatever it was, Raptors event, where you got a few more rolls on the drop table, a bit of bad luck mitigation just to try it out. So they're interested in this stuff. One of the things they said was that pets are on a different drop table, or they're work to calculate in a different way. That's really good because pets are a prestige item and they definitely should not have bad luck mitigation. But what about titles? Because that's also a bit of prestige. If you complete the Barrows log, you get a title that shows you completed the Barrows log. So what about my friend that spent, years grinding out that last Linzer drop? She's going to be a bit upset that her title is now devalued. Well, how about this? You just make a copy of the title, exactly the same title, but just with an asterisk next to it. So anyone that sees you using that title knows you got a little asterisk next to it, you paid for bad luck mitigation. Like I say, just an idea, just thinking out loud of something that could just, make it more enjoyable for people to try and complete the drop logs without making it too easy. This is RuneScape after all, you know, there's got to be a bit of a grind. Anyway, thanks for listening. Yeah, just trying out something different. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.